Final also has the next couple of nights off before the Bruins and Blues play for it all Wednesday in Game 7 from Boston. And after getting rained out at the Michigan International Speedway yesterday, the Firekeepers Casino 400 is set to get underway in less than an hour. For the ticket update desk, I'm Ryan Woolley. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
Saw Roberto the other day. He looks like Sloth Fratelli from the Goonies. All he needs to do is yell, "Hey, you guys!"
Come to mama, baby. Come on.
Between Rieger looking like his chair smells and Roberto getting called Sloth
I feel like
Fratelli.
called slob, honestly.
We may as well not do this segment anymore. Hour number 3. Nice to have you on another terrible weather Monday. Nothing better than being away for the weekend and it's sunny, sunny, sunny. It's not like I was in some tropical locale. I was at Belmont Park, okay? And then you come home and it's rain, rain, clouds, rain. Jesus, never changes. But hey, we have the 4 seasons, right? It's all good. So, I wanted to bring this up, and it's a little bit of flavor surrounding the NBA Finals, not breaking the game down. Oh, Kyle Bogey has joined. Oh, beautiful. Look at him today. My God. Fresh off the course. A little Nike zip-up. All right, good for you. Now, listen to me. The Kyle Lowry audio I'm going to play for you is interesting. And I think if you're a parent, it's something that you should have a comment on. I mean, the KD stuff I've already covered. I'll cover it again later today. But I want to play this audio for you because I find this very interesting in 2019 that Kyle Lowry even believes this, much less the appropriateness of it. But take a listen to what Kyle Lowry had to say regarding an athlete's role. There's a real long answer about being a role model to kids.
Mr. Lowry,
Yes.
how does it feel to be an icon all over Canada to kids?
I'm not that's a crazy question. I ain't never been asked that one. I don't know. I put it this way, man. I was once a kid. I was once in your shoes. And to be able to know kids one day will want to be like me, I hold myself to a super high standard. And I want kids and I want you to see a man that's, really professional, really about his business. But at the same time, he's still fun and loving and everything else.
Here's my question. In 2019, who the hell believes that athletes are role models? I mean, Kyle Lowry answered the question in a very classy way, and it was nice, and that's fine. I'm not expecting him to go up there and pull a 1993 Charles Barkley, I am not a role model. But my questions for parents that are out there is like, does anyone still, I would be awestruck if this was reality. Who the hell believes athletes are role models? Like, who allows an athlete to parent their kids? Who doesn't tell their kids, or who does tell their kids that these are the guys you want to be like? Like, I think you're insane. Certain things always surprise me, not because they're said, it's because they're said or believed in 2019. I mean, it would be the equivalent of being surprised that talking politics upsets people. Yeah, it's 2019. It's just not on the menu. But I wanted to throw this out and kind of rap about it a little bit. And I know, obviously, Roberto not with us today. We'll address that tomorrow, hoeing us out on a Monday. But David, obviously, with 2 children. Many of you, obviously, parents. I mean, it's clearly, there are parents who do. I mean, obviously, the world wouldn't be as screwed up if there weren't. 248-539-9797. David, go ahead.
I appreciate Kyle Lowry's answer here. I really do.
He was trying to be nice.
Yeah, he was being nice, and the fact that he, from his answer, believes and understands how kids look up to certain things and they see people. and they want to, sometimes emulate an athlete. I get it. But athletes aren't role models. They're not, okay? My job as a father is to raise my kids. It's to raise my boys. It's to teach them lessons, not an athlete. An athlete won't interact with them on a personal level. An athlete, whatever that you see on an athlete doing on TV, that's not going to show my kid how to be a man. It's just not gonna do it. And my personal opinion is that if a child is looking up to an athlete more than their parent, then you're not doing your job as a parent. You're just not.
But how often do you think that's the case in 2019?
That people are having athletes and have their kids look up to athletes and be role models? I think it's a 60% that is happening today, that kids today are looking to them as role models. It's really a problem in society today. They look at what athletes, what celebrities are doing, and they want to be that and do that. And they learn their lessons from that. And the parent isn't doing their job. You mention it all the time about having kids and wanting to be you, want to travel, want to do this. There are a lot of parents that think that, but they have kids. And they're doing what they want to do and not raising their kids. And athletes become role models in that situation. I think it happens about 60% of it.
Well, and it's interesting too, David, because you gotta, well, you don't have to separate them. I mean, what's the difference between an athlete and a celebrity, or an athlete and an Instagram famous person? Like, there's really no difference. It's someone other than you
That's
being the
your
role
kid,
model
basically.
for your kids.
Yeah.
It was just interesting to hear Kyle Lowry say it, because I would imagine athletes don't believe that anymore. I don't think athletes have believed that for a long time. It's just interesting that David, father of two, believes that a majority of parents, their kids actually look up to someone other than them. That is really scary if that's the case.
And I know I'm not a parent, but let me speak on this in this regard.
We don't know.
Let's hope not.
We just don't
But
know.
and maybe this is me being naive here, but I'm honestly asking this. I do wonder how parents balance this very subject, because I do think part of it's inevitable. Kids growing up are going to be sports fans. They're going to look up to these athletes. I think that happens. But how do you, as a parent out there, balance and determine whether or not you're going to allow your kid to look up to an athlete, to have an athlete as a role model, not even getting into athletes and what they do off the field and some of those issues, and those are the types of people that your kids are looking up to. But I've never really known that. I've always wondered how parents actually can go out and balance that, because you know that your kids are going to look up to these guys. You know that your kids are going to want their jerseys and want to play with them on PS4 and Xbox and all that. But how exactly do you go about drawing the line of allowing your kids to have a role model like that? Letting your kids look up to someone.
I don't know. To me, it would be simple. They're an entertainer. They're not good people. You just make it broad-based. I don't know. I can't imagine having Kyle Lowry or any basketball or football or hockey player be a role model to a kid. It doesn't make any sense to me. But David's the one with two kids. David's around a hell of a lot of parents. David thinks the majority of parents are allowing someone other than the parent to be the role model. And you know what? Considering the way the world is right now, I don't think David's wrong.
That's what I mean by parents allowing these athletes to raise their kid. Because there's nothing wrong with your kid being a fan of an athlete.
No, of course not.
Nothing wrong with that. But the minute they are trying to emulate and do everything they do and learn their lessons from what the athlete is doing, then you're not parenting. You're not doing your job. You should be teaching them. You should be showing them when an athlete does something on a court, on a field, or whatever,
right,
and you're not happy with it, and your kid's emulating it out there while he's playing and doing this, that's when you grab your kid and you say, you know what, hold on. I don't think you should be doing that. Let's talk about this for a second. But not too many parents do that.
248-539-9797. I want to get a few of the phone calls in the mix based on the Kyle Lowry audio. And also, I think there's another interesting question that I've heard a couple media outlets banty about, and I wanted to take our swing at the plate on it, involving Kawhi Leonard. We'll get into that next as well. Big Power is, well, they're doing it again. And you're going to go, well, what do you mean? Doing what again? They're raising rates. Why don't you pay yourself and go solar today? Power Home Solar makes it easy to switch to solar by hooking you up with battery storage with your installation. So when the days are longer, they produce more energy, and now you can store it. And yes, I know what you're going to say. Does solar work when it's cloudy? Yes, thank God. Own your power. Don't rent it. Power Home Solar, #1 residential solar provider in Michigan, one of the top solar installation companies in the nation. Power Home installs American-made panels, 30-year warranty. You own your power, not just rent it from the power company. And guys, they're doing big things. They want to see if they can, obviously, build a movement towards cleaner, greener energy. To see if solar's right for you, it's simple. Go to powerhome.com. That's powerhome.com, or you can give them a call, 1-800-SOLAR-15. That's 1-800-SOLAR-15. Schedule your free solar consultation today. Don't rent your power. Own it with help from Power Home Solar.
The 2019 Chevrolet Traverse is perfect for everything from a family vacation to a night out on the town to a day at the ballpark. Keep listening to the Jamie and Stoney Show for your chance to win tickets to a Tigers home game, brought to you by Chevrolet, proud sponsor of the Detroit Tigers.
Fast, reliable internet. Is that important to your business?
We couldn't work without it.
At Comcast Business, we go beyond fast with amazing solutions and a great deal.
What kind of solutions?
Well, how about automatic 4G LTE backup for complete reliability?
I like the sound of that. What else?
Powerful Wi-Fi that keeps your employees connected, and bandwidth you can allocate between your customers and employees.
I didn't know Comcast Business did that.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Advanced voice solutions at affordable prices. How about business TV that keeps customers entertained?
Okay, I'm convinced. But didn't you say something about a great deal?
Right now, get started with 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you have 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for EcoBill and automatic payment. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 value per bill amount of offer in 6 months. Restrictions apply to business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Code taxes and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited to 8 hours.
We're Saia LTL Freight. Our trucks hit the road to haul the goods that keep businesses and communities moving. We're talking millions of shipments over millions of miles. From custom solutions to expedited delivery, when you see Saia LTL Freight, you'll know we're driving business. For all your shipping needs, get your quote at Saia.com. That's SAIA.com.
Not a big summer guy. Too hot. Not a big winter guy either. Too cold. My favorite season? Safety season. Because it's every season. 24/7, 365. For all things safety, I trust Grainger. Grainger safety experts have the safety solutions and expertise to help keep your facility safe and your people safer all year long. Seasons may change, but Grainger's always got your back. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by for all things safety. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
97.1 The Ticket is partnering with the Transportation Improvement Association to remind you to keep your eyes on the road and hands on the wheel. Together, we can save a life and prevent injuries. Go to 971theticket.com for more information. Sponsored by Oliver Law Firm.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas.
Now available for download. Always Aggravated. A Mike Valenti signature podcast. Get it on radio.com and Apple iTunes. Coming up at 4:45, we check in on the gambling world. Sully's cocked and loaded pick of the day. Find out how Friday's selection did. Also, I assume a interesting pick tonight. Game 5 NBA Finals. Why does it have to be so extreme? Can a kid love an athlete and look up to him and still be parented by parents as well? Sure, in a perfect world. I just was surprised to hear Kyle Lowry speak that way. I think there's a better way to do it.
he was trying to be nice. I don't think an athlete in the world believes they're a role model for kids. And I can't imagine a parent believing it in 2019. But David's right. It's probably a laziness factor where parents de facto believe it. They allow someone else to raise their kid. As a parent, I don't tell my kids to follow what athletes say and do, but it's inevitable. Kids look up to guys who play the same sport they do, but parents need to raise them. Barely any kids, if any, look up to athletes more than their parents. Kids admire athletes because they want to be pros, not because they want to be taught lessons. That's Drew, a 20-year-old in Grand Blanc. Social media is a big problem. Kids on IG, Twitter, etc., watching what the players do and how they live their lives. Well, again, it goes back to, we did that topic a few weeks back, and I forget what the impetus was for it, but I don't understand why children have. Oh, it was LeBron's kid, who was had an embarrassing video and language, etc. It's like, why are any kids on social media? It's dangerous. I tend to agree about athletes in general, especially today with rare exception. I use athletes as anti-role models. I talk about them and use circumstances in a conversation. That's for Jeff. And again, the Kyle Lowry audio is interesting, and we'll get a couple of the phone calls. I wanted to bring this up, though. This has been bantied about by a couple different media outlets, and I think it's interesting. It's no secret superstars are important to their organizations. Duh. But I think we're seeing something really unique here with Kawhi Leonard. So, this conversation has centered around how many athletes are as, because you can't be more important to your organization than Kawhi Leonard. That's not possible. So I'm using the standard of how many athletes are as important to their franchise as Kawhi Leonard. And the list is really, really small. I mean, an example. Giannis is as important to Milwaukee. I think Steph Curry, not KD, not Clay, not Day-Day. Steph Curry is the Warriors. The Warriors are Steph. That is Steph's city. He will stay his entire career. I think Steph Curry, that case could be made. LeBron's not on that list. He's not that important to the Lakers. Anthony Davis is not on that list. They've got Zion. They'll move on. But other sports, I mean, look, you can make the case. I don't want to name all the players. I mean, how many guys right now, because what Kawhi has, and it's part of the reason I'm crazy enough that I've believed for a while he's going to stay. Kawhi has gone to Toronto and transformed the Raptors and their culture and their standing in their city and their standing in their country overnight. Nobody goes to a team in the first year and just wins it all. It's just hard to do. I mean, sure, it's happened probably a couple times in the league, but he went to a place where they were LeBronto, right? They were the team that couldn't get over the hump and the fake stars. And he goes there, and they are now going to win an NBA championship. He is galvanizing not only a city, but a country in what they think about basketball. And he's 27. There is something to be said that you're not just the king of a city, you're the king of a nation. That you are truly legendary. Now, that's not a fair standard, being that they're the only team to play in Canada and everybody else plays in America, but you get my point. You got 3 teams in the New York metropolitan area. Well, you got the Nets, you got the Knicks, Celtics 3 hours up the road, etc. You've got all these teams all over the place. You got 1 team in the entire country. You got 2 teams in LA alone. So, when you look at this, Kawhi's importance level, if he stays, is paramount to almost anything else I can come up with. I would give you an example in football. The example would be Drew Brees. Drew Brees transformed not only the New Orleans Saints, but he galvanized an entire region Not only the city of New Orleans, but a region. They're one of the only pro teams down there, and they're again, outside of Atlanta. If you're down south and you're not in Texas, the Saints have a wide footprint. It's like the Atlanta Braves in baseball. That's why the Atlanta Braves radio network is like 6 states deep. Drew Brees went to a place that was a losing culture, a losing town, the hurricane-ravaged city, etc. And he's transformed. Drew Brees in the community, Drew Brees on the field, Drew Brees is the New Orleans Saints. And while the starting quarterback of every team is important, I would argue that when Drew Brees retires, the Saints aren't just losing a great player, they are losing a civic leader. They are losing the identity of their franchise. That's what Kawhi is. Kawhi is the Raptors. Kawhi in 1 year has done more than Vince Carter did in his entire career, and that's not Vince's fault. Air Canada and kind of making the Raptors not a laughing stock, like that's great. But what Kawhi is about to do is take the Raptors and place them as the best team in the league. And maybe do something that Canada wasn't ready for when Vince was there, but I think Kawhi has a chance to be the biggest thing in Canada. Bigger than Connor McDavid, or bigger than name a guy, Austin Matthews. Like, this is different now. So how many athletes even have that perch with their own franchise? I really think that is a short list. I really do. I mean, hell, like you could say Tom Brady, but they tried to replace him. Belichick wanted Garoppolo. It got put down by the owner, but you would never attempt to replace Kawhi. You would never attempt to replace Giannis. I don't know. Who is it in football? Drew Brees was my answer. Because he encompasses the same qualities. I think Steph Curry would be on that list because he is the Warriors. He has helped elevate that brand. 248-539-9797. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, super tough to think of an exact example.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, is there half a dozen in sports?
I think Brady still has to be on there.
I'm fine with it.
I understand the point about them trying to replace him, but what Tom Brady's done for that franchise and how long they've done it, it's crazy. I think a guy that gets completely overshadowed in the grand scheme of popularity, Mike Trout, and what he means to the Angels, the fantastic level of player he is, but he doesn't get anywhere near the fanfare that he deserves. Besides that, I think it's extremely tough to put somebody on that type of level and to earn a spot on that list in sports. I think it'd be beside those are the two that came to mind, Brady and Trout.
No to Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew Brees, I get it from the New Orleans city value and all that. I do what he's done.
And I just think you have to mean more to the organization than being their best player.
Yes.
Like, maybe I was too dismissive of the AD thing, but it's because they got Zion. Without Zion, AD would be on the list because I have argued on these airwaves that if AD left New Orleans, they're going to relocate the team.
And that's why I do struggle with putting Mike Trout on the list, because how much does he mean to the Angels from an offer?
I don't think he means anything, sadly.
Which is crazy. One of the best ever.
Okay, no one knows Mike Trout now. No one would know him if he left. No one identifies Mike Trout as the Angels. They identify Mike Trout as Mike Trout.
Yep.
I mean, the shame of it all is no one is getting to enjoy Mike Trout's greatness. No one. He's lost. So I can't put him on that list.
What do you make of a guy like Russell Wilson?
Yes.
And what he's done for Seattle?
I would agree. Yes. I think you could absolutely say that. I think you could probably also make the case for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if we're honest about it, if you have Aaron Rodgers healthy, look at the track record. I mean, Rodgers has damn near carried them to what they've been in 3 NFC title games. They would have been in 5 or 6 if they had any defense. I mean, some of these playoff losses for Aaron Rodgers, he's put up 30 and lost. That's not on him. That collapse in Seattle. You know, like there's a lot of things. Like, hell, didn't they have the Arizona game? He put up 40 and they lost. So you could make that case. But it's a short list, man.
I think if you want to throw Andre Drummond on there and what he means to the Pistons, I'd be okay with that. But that would be kind of right on the edge of that list.
Get out.
See, the dynamic with Kawhi, though, is so interesting because you could argue that him leaving San Antonio ended that entire dynasty. And then he goes to Toronto, changes everything.
Yep.
He could go to the Clippers next year and change the Clippers organization. You could argue that.
So let me ask you this question. As much as I love him, could Giannis do it?
I think he could.
I wonder because he's not complete yet.
He's not.
Kawhi is about to win his second MVP of the finals. He's 27.
But here's the thing with Giannis.
Giannis is 24.
Here's the thing with him, though. He hasn't done it yet. He has more to his game to add. But he eats, drinks, and sleeps basketball. So I believe that anywhere he goes, he'll be successful. He'll lift his team up because he just loves basketball that much.
But you agree with me that the list is very short.
Yes, I wouldn't put Brady on there. I would put Breeze on there.
I think what Kawhi means to Toronto right now is the very same thing that LeBron meant to Cleveland.
Yes.
I think if he stays, your franchise is worth $500 million more, 600, 700 million more.
Cleveland collapsed when he left.
Right. Global imprint, global coverage, championship contender. If he leaves, Masai Ujiri has to blow the roster up. Nobody cares about B-ball anymore, and it's over. Ain't nobody going to Jurassic Park at 7 a.m. to wait and watch Pascal Siakam. So it's really an interesting question. 248-539-9797. Get a few of the calls. 445. Sully's cocked and loaded. A lot left to do. 97.1.
But I want to take a moment to talk about our friends over at Hall Financial. They've been recognized as #1 on Zillow for giving their clients 5-star service. This means they're the top recommended lender in the area based on reviews left by the people they've helped. No one in our area gives more personal attention than our friends over at Hall Financial. I know this firsthand. I'm in the early process right now of buying a home in the fall. Absolutely fantastic. The customer service you just cannot beat. But if you don't believe me, over 700 5-star reviews from people they've helped. And their mission, to have 1,000 clients raving with 5-star reviews in 2019. I think they'll get that. They're well on their way. Having 1,000 clients with 5-star reviews, you just can't beat that. You know who to call with these crazy low rates we're seeing. Whether you're purchasing a new home or looking to refinance, just reach out to Hall Financial today. Call 248-308-5000 or chat with them online, davidhallmortgage.com. That's 248-308-5000, or of course you can just go online and chat. It's a super easy feature on their website. And if you're someone that just doesn't have a lot of time to talk on the phone, the chat feature is really cool at davidhallmortgage.com. That's 248-308-5000 or chat online, davidhallmortgage.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by the Air National Guard. So far, a couple of crashes are reported. One is still blocking the right shoulder, 96 Jeffries eastbound after Beach Daily. Another on 94 eastbound just before Kaju has you backed up from before Cotter. And prepare for some heavier traffic, 75 both directions approaching M59. And that's due to the 75 ramps to M59 still being closed for construction.
My hands make metal fly. My hands can fix anything. My hands serve part-time in the Air National Guard and save lives. But my hands can't do it alone. Become a maintainer at GoANG.com or call us at 1-800-TO-GOANG.
I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Jamie and Stoney. Mornings.
Coming up Tuesday morning at 7:25. Your chance to win $2,000. It's the 2 Grand Slam. And at 8:18, it's your chance to win Tiger tickets.
Jamie and Stoney. Mornings, 6 to 10.
Lucky Draw is back at MGM Grand Detroit. So get ready to get lucky playing all your favorite slots and table games with your M Life Rewards card, June 1st through 28th. Don't miss our lucky draws every 15 minutes from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Friday in June. And you can win up to $10,000 in cash. It's the Lucky Draw, exclusively at MGM Grand Detroit. Visit the M Life Rewards desk for all the exciting details. Must be 21 or older. Grand times ahead.
start your old grill. You can end up standing around by yourself and nothing happens. Not at Ace. We've got an exclusive lineup of premium brands, plus premium service to make sure you get the right grill. That's why grilling starts at Ace.
Getting your new grill home from your neighborhood Ace Hardware is easier than ever with free assembly and delivery when you purchase grills and accessories over $399 at participating locations.
Visit LaFontaine Buick GMC AnnArbor.com today and discover the new 2019 Buick SUV lineup. With so many options, whatever it is you need in your next SUV, LaFontaine has you covered. Like the 2019 Buick Encore. Compact, yet surprisingly spacious, and leasing now for only $99 a month. In Ann Arbor and Highland, or shop LaFontaine Buick GMC AnnArbor.com today. Lease for $99 a month for 24 months or $10,000 a year. $29.95 plus tax title and plate. Sign no security deposit required. Be agreement with President GM, so it's offering something on the TC Buick for complete taxes.
For years, you disposable twin blade razor guys had it rough. Take it from JB. You thought you had no other choice but them flimsy-looking, overpriced brands that feel like you're shaving with a dang pretzel stick. But now Big has a Flex 2 Hybrid, a twin blade made to last. There, I said it. The Big Flex 2 Hybrid is the first twin blade disposable razor with flexible blades for a better, closer shave. And it looks good, too. If you fellas don't agree it's better, I will shave my whole body on national TV. Smooth shave, smooth price, Big Flex.
Looking for a special something for that big and tall guy in your life? Here's a tip. Head to DXL, where you'll find hundreds of styles and designer brands guaranteed to fit and guaranteed to make him look great. Go to DXL.com to see their new arrivals, just in time for Father's Day. Need more ideas? Swing by a DXL store where one of their fit experts will help you choose the perfect gift. Easy, right? DXL Big and Tall. Built for giving at DXL.com.
Not a big summer guy. Too hot. Not a big winter guy either. Too cold. My favorite season? Safety season. Because it's every season. 24/7, 365. For all things safety, I trust Grainger. Grainger's safety experts have the safety solutions and expertise to help keep your facility safe and your people safer all year long. Seasons may change, but Grainger's always got your back. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by for all things safety. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I take Metamucil every day. It naturally traps and removes the waste that weighs me down, so I feel lighter. Try Metamucil and begin to feel what lighter feels like. Introducing new Metamucil Premium Blend. It's sweetened with plant-based stevia and made with natural flavors and colors. It's a delicious way to get the fiber that keeps your digestive system at its best. To learn more, visit Metamucil.com.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 NBA Finals could come to a close tonight. Warriors and Raptors playing Game 5 from Toronto. Golden State trailing 3-1. Kevin Durant, though, did practice this morning. Says he plans to play tonight. Well, Toronto is 8-0 lifetime of Game 5s. That's the longest winning streak without a loss in NBA history. We'll tip things off just after 9. Tickets for tonight's game, by the way, setting a new record on StubHub. The average price going for just over $2,200 a ticket. There have also been buyers from 31 states and 25 different countries. Lions making a pair of roster moves today. They've cut quarterback Connor Cook and have signed David Fales to compete with Tom Savage as Matthew Stafford's backup. And the Tigers of the night off, they'll get back to action tomorrow. They'll open up a 3-game series with the Royals. Ryan Woolley, more at 5 or at 97ontheticket.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
All right, 10 minutes away, we'll get Sully's cocked and loaded pick of the day. The ticket prices are insane. I mean, I get it to a certain point. If the Lions were, well, see, it's different in the NFL. It's the Super Bowl. Every year it's expensive. I'd understand a Lion fan paying an egregious amount of